Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the Unfiltered Tea. How's everybody doing? Are you all okay? Thank you. I had to take Sunday. Sunday was just a lot. There was so much information. I just stood in front of the fire hose of news, and I do not recommend that. So, I just had to take a little time and hang out on the internet for a little while, which under normal circumstances could be terrifying. Um, but that was exactly what I needed because, we've got the alt park service somehow tweeting and putting out threads and things like that consistently with all sorts of information and uplifting messages, so that's helpful. And sometimes the internet just brings everybody together, and that's wonderful. um so yeah, and then we gather here on Tuesday evening and we sit here, and as I was sitting here, actually, I have a couple articles pulled up, and I wasn't sure I was going to pull any of the things up at all. But the Guardian is one of the windows I have up, and I was sitting here, taking a minute, and ding. I was like, what is that? Turns out it was a news alert. And so breaking news, evil legal Barbie, aka Pam Bondi, has just been confirmed, which is not at all surprising because I don't know what happened to Fetterman, but so that's the bad news of the evening. So right now, gather round. Are you hydrated? Are you taking care of yourself? Are you hydrated? Do you have what you need? Tonight? Tonight, what do I have? What do I have, chat? I have my wine and I have my water because we will need both. We will need both. Why? Because yeah. So what I'm just gonna roll the intro, and then we're just gonna chat tonight. I don't have video because yeah, I know what happened with Trump and Netanyahu, and we're gonna have to deal with that at some point. But I'm not touching that tonight because we need to find some humor somewhere, or we're all gonna lose our minds. So I'm gonna start by running the intro, and then we'll get into it. Hello and welcome to the Unfiltered Tea, a show where we say all the things you wish the newscasters said, unscripted and unfiltered. We talk about news, politics, and entertainment, so pull up your soapbox, pour yourself a cuppa, and let's go. I've got Daddy O downstairs saying he's got the whiskey and chocolate there. We have what we have so that we can get through this. Because if you're not a drinker, I hope you're hydrated. I hope you found your cup of tea, your coffee, your soda, whatever it is that works for you. Enjoy it. Because yeah, we are in the middle of things that I didn't have on my 2025 bingo card. My project 2025 bingo card didn't even have this on it. Mandy has said that we need to create bingo cards for project 2025, and as soon as she said that, this happened. So I don't even know what to put on it anymore. If you've got ideas, send them to me, and I will make bingo cards happen. Because we need something to keep us going. We do. The silly name on the thumbnail, we find our little things because, as you know, I read Heather Cox Richardson every morning because I don't know. I've always found history nerds comforting because they know the playbooks. Nothing really is new in politics at all, it seems. So it's kind of nice to have the playbook. What is new is living through some of this because it hasn't happened in quite some time. So, an unelected, well, the richest man on the planet who is not elected by anybody, and isn't originally from the US, which is a whole different hypocrisy conversation that I'm not sure I have the energy for tonight, has somehow decided if he cannot buy his cool, he is going to just go full cartoon villain and take over the Treasury and USAID and OPM. I've lost count of the different things, and he is doing this all with henchmen. The oldest one I've seen of the names that we know is 25. So he's doing this with, I'm sorry, guys, I'm old. Kids? Kids. He's doing this with kids. Some of them cannot legally purchase a whiskey or a wine in this country, and they now have control of all of our financial information, tax information, and stuff like that. So this is the moment where I'm going to give us all a moment to go scream into the void. Grab a pillow. Don't bother your neighbors. Just take a moment and scream. Grab don't bother your critters. If you've got critters, make sure they're settled. Then, scream into a pillow, scream into the void, because we all need to do that. Okay. So now we are back. Now we're going to run through some of this. It's tonight mostly going to be a little chat. Because we need it. Because if you tried to sell this story to Hollywood a week ago, it wouldn't get sold. You would be laughed out of every executive's office because it is so preposterous. And if you weren't laughed out of somebody's office, it would be a B movie that would go straight to VHS. And for the kids out there that do not know what VHS tapes are, ask mom or grandma. Somebody's got some somewhere. They are big tapes. Well, I'd say cassette tapes, but you probably don't know what those are either. Find an older adult and ask them what a VHS tape is. One, it will be funny because we will all lose our minds. And two, somebody has one somewhere and will probably pull it out to show you, because that's really the only way we can do this. But anyway, it would go right to VHS. Even now, when I just had to explain it. And here we are, and we're living it. And the richest man in the world has just, how else do I put this? The only thing that keeps running through my head is that he's committed the biggest bank robbery in history by basically stealing all of the information at the Treasury. Has he officially taken anything yet? No one knows. Nobody knows. They say no, but it's not like I have a whole lot of faith in any of the reporting, because so much of the reporting, it's easier for me now to count the reporters that I trust at this point, because it's because most mainstream media is treating all of this like it's normal, instead of like the cartoonish villainry that it is. At this point, if Elon Musk appeared on Fox News going, like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons, I would not be surprised. It would not surprise me. It would actually be kind of fitting. And yeah, so my mom says our VHS tapes are in the barn. One of these days, kids, I will show you one. It's way more fun to get somebody in our household, though. Oh my goodness. Especially if it's like your mom or something. Those of us who are in the 40, we still think of ourselves as 25. We're not. Yeah. do that. I lost my train of thought. We're going, no, cartoon villain taking all of our stuff. So I guess let's do a couple of things because Anonymous has doxed them. I am very anti-dox. Do not dox people. Don't take it real world. I will say this. We do need to know their names. Blasting their phone numbers. I'm honestly very torn here because as a general rule, I'm blanket entirely 10 out of 10, no doxing ever. Because humans can be terrible and do terrible things, and I don't think anybody deserves that. On the other hand, when you're breaking the law and nobody is arresting you, I feel like getting your names blasted out there is not a problem. But do not harass them. I mean, if you come across their information and you happen to call them and ask them questions like, why are you breaking the law? I would have no problem with that. But nothing nasty, nothing like what people tend to do when they do docs. It's just gross, and it's not, we don't do that here. We ask questions because most of these, trying not to name call. Nope, I can't do it. I can't do it. I have to name call. I don't want to name call, but they're idiots. They are idiots. They aren't good at fixing anything, so they're just breaking stuff. And that's Trump, Musk, everybody Trump has nominated to any sort of cabinet position at this point. They just know how to break stuff. And so they're just running around like a bunch of over-caffeinated toddlers, pitching a temper tantrum and breaking stuff. And at the moment, there are very few Democrats who are doing anything. Most of them are just watching the chaos going, gee, if only there was something we could do. Now, not all. Some of them are showing up at the protests and filing lawsuits and stuff like that. But like, can somebody please point me in a direction of what else we can do? We can call our representatives. Absolutely. I did not think about that, so that's not in the description. But that is one thing that is still up and running. If you go to, I'll find the website and link it in the description when I get done, so that you can call your senators, you can call your representatives, call them and ask them what they're doing. And I don't care what side of the aisle they are on. Don't get what I'm going to swear. I'm going to swear tonight, just warning you. Sorry, YouTube. I don't give a shit what side of the aisle they're on. I don't care what the letter is by their name. This should be a problem for them. And if it's not, ask questions and then prepare to vote them out because, sorry, my headphones are driving me crazy tonight. I apologize. But yeah, ask them questions because near as I can tell from everything on the internet, nobody wants this. There are very, very few people that want this. And the few folks that are still like, yeah, take over, richest guy ever on the planet, haven't quite wrapped their head around what the consequences of all this are going to be. Yeah. So now I am going to say this. Loud and clear. We can't let up because all the crap that we are seeing right now, they're throwing a temper tantrum. They're like, again, over-caffeinated toddler running around breaking shit. They are throwing a temper tantrum right now. And what happens with temper tantrums and small humans? They run out, especially if there are consequences, and we explain why there are the consequences, right? I mean, Musk has clearly never been told no in his life. Trump has clearly never been told no in his life. Half of their anti-DEI, oh, it should only be straight white men in charge kind of thing is because, well, they aren't used to being told no, and we started saying no. So, because sometimes you have to say no. Not everything is okay. It's just not everything is okay, and you can't treat people terribly. So sometimes you have to say no. So they're going to pitch a fit. And I saw something on the internet, I think it was on Sunday, that talked about at a certain point the behavior will change. I'll try and find it and link it, but it's maybe lost forever in my For You page. Um, but it was really, really great in that it talked about just the fever pitch raises up to a certain point and then it burns out. So we have to keep saying no until that goes away. Yes, they want us to throw up our hands and stop paying attention. So we need to keep paying attention. We need to, I mean, and this is where I'm going to say, take care of yourself. You can't do it. It's the airplane thing, right? I realize that's a terrible thing to bring up this week, but when they tell you to put on your oxygen mask first before you help anybody else, that we need to do the cool version of that. So for me on Sunday, I needed to just turn on some music and take a hot bath and shut off some of the news feeds, right? So find what you need to do and make sure you're taking care of you. That is so important because if you do that, then you can keep fighting and then you can help out somebody else that's your neighbor who is reaching that burnout point. So we got to band together. It's one of the reasons why I'm here. It's one of the reasons why I was like, well, fuck it, I guess I talk politics now because we need that. We need to remind each other that, well, for example, they call us snowflakes, right? They call us snowflakes. I don't know if you live anywhere where it's cold, but a ridiculous amount of snowflakes all just coming down, doing our thing. We can block roadways. We can make them work around us. So when they call you a snowflake, just picture a blizzard in your mind and you and your friends and yeah, let's be a blizzard. Okay? Let's just be a blizzard. They're going to call us snowflakes and yeah, let's be a yes. Dad would like to remind me that this is by definition a coup. And actually, I am going to use that as the perfect segue to get me. I'm going to swoop because I soapboxed for a minute. And we are going to look a little bit at February 2, and we are going to look at a little bit of February 3 of Heather Cox Richardson. But no, I'm going to start with February 3. It's been a day, guys. Just remember on Tuesday, I have a day job, and on Tuesday, I work in the office. So I come flying home and I shove food in my face, and then I hang out with the dog until she, drives somebody crazy. And then I come in here and do this. So I'm always a little more scatterbrained on Tuesday. But streaming is dynamic. We have fun. This is why we're here. I'm going to swoop, and then we're going to look at some Heather Cox Richardson. Because I know you're going to have folks like I do in your life that are like, it's not a coup. We elected the Republicans, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Here, I even highlighted it. I highlighted it for us. I can't figure out how to embiggen it though. Sorry. The replacement of our constitutional system of government with whims, with the whims of an unelected private citizen is a coup. Yep. Yep. And then we're going to go a little farther on that. Republicans are allowing Musk to run amok. Amok. Sorry, it's required. Somebody send me the Sanderson sisters right now so that they can do something with all of these guys. I just can't. And she goes on to say that Trump has embraced the idea that the American government is a deep state. The hypocrisy it burns of them. But the extreme cuts the MAGA Republicans say they want are actually quite unpopular with Americans in general. This is why theory. Sorry, embiggen me. I have a theory on all this, right? Why is Trump doing all this with executive orders, and why is he just letting Musk run amok? That is hard to say. Why is he doing all of this, the executive orders and all that? To make it official business. Because the Supreme Court said this is all conjecture and assumes a level of intelligence that I don't think Trump has, but I do think his advisors have. With the notion, right, that if all of this is official business and executive orders, it's all legal, even if it's not. It's not. And it's designed to try and get it to go to the Supreme Court. Now, so far, I'm loving the fact that there's lawsuit, and none of them yet are going up to the Supreme Court. If they can keep it in the lower courts, we might actually get some justice. I have low hopes on that. Very, very low hopes on that. But I have some hopes on that. Oh, I am so sorry. My nose is, it's winter. My nose just got very cranky with me. But yeah, I think they're trying to keep it in the lower courts. And if everybody just la, I don't hear anything. And by everybody, well, everybody, Musk can do a ridiculous amount of damage, and then they can blame him for it. I have a problem with the fact that nobody's been arrested yet. Many laws are being broken, and the media is just like, just another day in DC, which fair-ish. But, and the tariffs thing, by the way, all this tariff stuff is mostly designed to get us to stop paying attention to Musk. My focus right now is on Musk because I'm still mad that I pay a higher effective tax rate than the richest man on the planet. Plenty of studies. I think probably Robert Reich is the best one to look at. I know I've seen that somewhere. I'm happy to be corrected if I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure that I'm correct that the effective tax rate that I pay is higher than Musky Musk, who has currently just stolen all of our information and has proven with all of the businesses that he has taken over that he's not gonna fix anything. He's not good at it. Both him and Trump are two peas, same pod. They both do a remarkable job of having a team of enablers around that clean up the mess, but they just break stuff and then somehow get new and better things. And at this point, I'm glad to see we have some protests going on. I really am, because I would like all elected officials that still have some semblance of sanity and rule of law. I like following courts because there's a process and a procedure, and you know what's good and you know what's bad. We used to have some of that in our government. Oh, before I forget though, I need to find, hang on guys. I'm here, but I want to find, yes, more protests, clog the system, keep pressure, take care of yourself. Tariffs are just a smokescreen, and what I find kind of funny is that Mexico and Canada both live. Would you like us to give you what we already agreed to? Yes. Okay. I'm looking for the names. Here we are. Can I do this all at once? Sometimes. No. Streaming is dynamic, and me and anything technology related today have been not friends. Not friends at all. Not friends at all. Is this the one? Yes. Nope, that's not the one I'm on. Find the right one, Aurora. And then I've been told, there we go. There we go. So let me see here. Where was it? I just had it. Here we are. Okay. So these are Victoria Elliott of Wired has identified those associated with Musk's takeover as 6 engineers who are barely out of, and at least one case purportedly still in college. The oldest one I've seen is listed at 25. Like, their brains just finished forming, and some of them not yet. So I'm not saying they aren't brilliant, but they also shouldn't have access to this information. Like, at all. Like, not even a little. And it should be sending alarm bells through any elected official. They are connected either to Musk or to his longtime associate Peter Thiel, who backed J.D. Vance's Senate run 18 months before he became Trump's vice presidential running mate. Their names are Akash Baba, Edward Korstein, Luke Ferreter, Gautier Cole Killian. That's a tongue twister. Sorry, my dude. Gavin Kliger, and Ethan Chautran. I have no idea if I said those names correctly or not. Apologies if I didn't get that right. Because as I yell at you and tell you how you should not be doing this to the country, I would like to get your name pronunciation right, because that's the level of decorum that I am willing to have. And they have little to no experience in government. How can you, if you're 19 years old? I mean, I'm early 40s, and there are things that I have just learned about the government because Trump broke it or tried to break it, which I hate anyway. That's a whole nother show. That is a whole nother show. So this is, no, come here. That's their names right there. Now, again, I would like to see them arrested because they have broken the law. I'm not getting into the FBI thing right now. But I do not want things like I truly do not. Don't take it real world. Don't show up. Don't send nasty grams. No. This is one where, now, if you are a police officer, I shouldn't begin me. if you are a police officer and you are still in good standing and you still have a job and you have some sort of jurisdiction where you can get a warrant to arrest them because they have broken the law and it's been very publicly documented, I feel like that would be a good and patriotic thing to do. Due process, absolutely. But that. So I still can't. The richest man in the world has just done a smash and grab of the information of United States citizens. Like all. That's the timeline we're in right now. A coup is happening. The Democrats seem maybe to be waking up. There are a few that are exactly as mad as I feel like they should be. Yay, Representative Crockett, Raskin, Warren. Chuck Schumer might be getting there. Maybe. Call your representatives. I have seen all over online that calling is getting through. And yeah, I need to do that. Call them, ask them what they're doing. I mean, at this point, they can just drown everybody in lawsuits because that's where we're at. We're going to keep an eye on this. Alt Park Service on all the socials is keeping a lot of news flowing. I'll see if I can find it and add that to the description in the next couple of days as well. Mostly we're gonna keep doing this. Let me know. I mean, it's a fire hose of news. I'm keeping my eye on Musk right now and what he's doing because everything in the media is trying to get me to focus not on that, on the Bondi thing, on all the other stuff. Yeah, actually, yeah. This is what we're looking at right here. Wrote to our senators for the first time in my life this morning, and I'm set to call for the first time. It's also a good time to say, if you ever thought about running for office, ever, do it. Just do it. Go for it. Because at this point, if you thought for 1 second that you were not good enough for it, I beg you to turn on the news. Any news. Ever. I think you can probably do better than most of the folks there right now. Am I lumping everybody in together? Yeah, I am. I don't care right now. This is a big fucking deal. This is not normal. If you're like, wow, this doesn't feel normal. It's not. This is not normal. This is insane. We need which is why it's so important to take those times to take care of yourself so that we can keep fighting. My brain is buffering. I think that is my cue to start backing out. I will say, if you need comfort, grab your favorite comfort critter, whether they be alive or whether they be stuffy. This guy, I have to show the case this. This is, if you're in Maine, Cats in the Belfry, not sponsored, just an old friend who made this for me. I doubt this is available anymore, but I'm just saying, ladies, you know you want one. But she also makes lots of other stuff. So if you need a new stuffy, I recommend it because Sometimes sometimes you just need the things that make people look at you funny and go, wait, what? What is that? Because inevitably, for a lot of them, the next thing is, I need one. I'm getting more facts. Yes, Musk does control 60% of all working communication satellites. So, um, yeah, Musk as King of America wasn't on my bingo card. I'm going back. I'm going back. Thank you, Dad. I'm going back. Cats in the Belfry. If you're in Maine, she's awesome. Because this lives usually back here, but I needed to show it off because don't we all? Because this is the mood. This is totally the mood right now. At least if you're, a lady like myself. So, grab your comfort things. Make sure you take some time. I'm going to keep showing up and yelling at things with you, for you. So if you see clips, I know there's stuff today. Let me know if you want me to cover the newest news. Yeah, Trump, Netanyahu, Gaza, that things were said. I've only seen pieces. If we need to go over that on Thursday, we will. But yeah, I'm not. I now have 4 news alerts. I am closing this out, exiting out of that, because you know what? Yeah, this is we are gathered. We gather up together here so that I'm Xing out of all the things that are distracting to me. We gather here a couple times a week so that we can remind ourselves that we can do a lot together and we don't have to get bogged down in the nastiness. I have good advice here. Gives good advice. They want you scattered. Your focus is resistance. So we're just going to check back in with each other when we're here. We're going to see where we're at. We're going to cover the things. We're going to stay focused on all of it. We're going to put one foot in front of the other. And somehow we're going to get through it. I know people are scared. And I know that that is a blanket statement that will not necessarily apply to everybody, but I have faith in us. I have faith in love and compassion and empathy. And I honestly believe that those are stronger, and truth and all of those things. We can trick ourselves into thinking that evil wins, but the good versus evil, good always winning, isn't a trope in movies because it doesn't happen. It's a trope in movies because that is what happens. And we're going to find the funny because we have to. We have to laugh at the insanity of some of this. I mean, you can't get much more cartoon villainy than I'm going to come on into all your government buildings and I'm just going to steal what I want because I can. Yeah, I'm going to make fun of him. I'm going to make fun of him because he could have done a lot of good with his money. And instead, we're here. So we have to find the hilarity where we can. So with that, I am going to say thank you so much to my folks for watching and for chatting and for starting to train me for this getting bigger and bigger because it's interesting being a one-woman show right now. If you happen to feel like hanging with me and doing some of this while I'm just here, let me know. Anyway, I buffered again. I am going to see everybody on Thursday. We are going to get through the next couple of days. I don't know if I'm going to add an extra stream. Oh, newsflash. Sunday is the Super Bowl. I will skip Sunday. So maybe we'll do Saturday. Maybe we'll do a Friday thing. I don't know. Maybe we'll just do Tuesday and Thursday this week. It's a lot. We will see how we're going. Find me on the socials. I'm the Aurora H. White on all the things. Oh, I made it 40 minutes in and I didn't say do all the YouTube-y things. If you're still here and you haven't liked the stream, do that please for the algorithm. Find your favorites. Take care of each other. Remember to put your mask on first, literally and figuratively. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for joining us for another episode of The Unfiltered Tea. Don't forget to hit that like button. If you have a story you want our unfiltered take on, go ahead and drop it in the comments, and we will see you next time.